U.S. President Donald Trump has said there is a real chance to end the Gaza war, signaling the strongest optimism yet from Washington since hostilities began between Israel and Hamas. His comments came on the second anniversary of Hamas's October 7 attacks as indirect peace talks were taking place in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt. The negotiations, mediated by the United States, Egypt, and Qatar, aim to achieve a long-term ceasefire, release hostages, and begin the reconstruction of Gaza after months of devastation. Trump's remarks align with his proposed 20-point peace framework, a detailed plan that envisions a complete cessation of fighting, phased withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza, the disarmament of Hamas, and the creation of a transitional administrative authority. Under this plan, Gaza would move toward self-governance under international supervision, with assistance from Arab and Western nations. Trump emphasized that the U.S. would do everything possible to make the agreement stick, ensuring that both Israel and Hamas abide by its terms. Key elements of Trump's peace proposal. The framework includes a durable ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, enforced through international monitoring. Release of all Israeli hostages held by Hamas in exchange for the phased release of Palestinian detainees in Israeli prisons. Gradual withdrawal of Israeli troops from Gaza once security conditions are verified. Complete disarmament of Hamas's military infrastructure, including rockets and tunnels. Formation of a transitional government in Gaza composed of neutral technocrats backed by international guarantees. A major humanitarian and reconstruction plan coordinated by the U.S., UN, and regional partners to rebuild schools, hospitals, housing, and power grids. Strict security guarantees, ensuring that both sides uphold the ceasefire and that violations are swiftly addressed through a joint monitoring mechanism. Hamas and Israel's initial reactions reports from regional mediators suggest cautious optimism. Hamas has reportedly sought ironclad guarantees that Israel will not resume military operations once a deal is implemented, and that any agreement will lead to a permanent cessation of hostilities. Israel, meanwhile, insists that Hamas must completely demilitarize before any withdrawal or reconstruction begins. Both sides remain divided over sequencing, whether hostages should be released before withdrawal or vice versa, creating potential hurdles for negotiators. Why Trump believes. There's a real chance Trump's optimism stems from several converging factors. The war has reached a military and humanitarian stalemate, pushing both sides toward diplomacy. Regional powers, including Egypt, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia, have intensified pressure for a settlement to stabilize the region. U.S. envoys, led by Steve Witkoff, have arrived in Egypt to facilitate direct talks and present guarantees acceptable to both parties. The international community, including the UN and EU, strongly backs the push for a sustainable ceasefire and large-scale rebuilding of Gaza. Challenges and obstacles ahead. Despite hopeful signs, several deep challenges remain. Hamas's reluctance to disarm fully, fearing vulnerability after past Israeli offensives. Israeli domestic politics, where hardline factions oppose any compromise with Hamas. Severe trust deficits after years of broken ceasefires and mutual accusations of violations. Regional interference, as Iran-backed groups and extremist factions could attempt to sabotage the peace process. Implementation issues, including how to monitor disarmament, phase troop withdrawals, and verify compliance. Humanitarian conditions in Gaza, massive displacement, infrastructure collapse, and food shortages add urgency but also complexity. Any peace plan must simultaneously provide immediate relief and ensure long-term stability. What happens next? If both Israel and Hamas accept the core principles, the first phase would include a verified ceasefire and limited prisoner exchanges. The second phase would involve reconstruction and political transition under international supervision. The final stage could see formal normalization steps between Israel and several Arab states tied to Gaza's demilitarization and economic recovery. Conclusion. Trump's statement that there is a real chance to end the Gaza war reflects a rare moment of potential breakthrough. With diplomatic momentum, humanitarian necessity, and international coordination aligning, There is cautious hope that a comprehensive deal could finally bring an end to one of the most devastating conflicts in the region's history. Yet, success will depend on trust, verification, and genuine political will from all sides. Optimism exists, but peace remains fragile.